Now, there's another way of being that every single billionaire on this planet has harnessed, and it's by being 100% responsible for all the results in your life. You see, most people, they love to play the victim game and blame others for why they haven't achieved their goals. You know, I couldn't grow my business to 500K a year because the dang economy, it took a hit. I couldn't work out because the gym was closed. I couldn't eat healthy because I didn't have any food to cook. Well, if you were 100% responsible, you would have gone to the grocery store to get food to cook. Or you would have done an at-home workout. The point is, when you blame an external factor for not getting your desired outcome or hitting your goals, well, you're losing all your power. Something that's out of your control ultimately is what dictates what you achieve in your life. How is that helping you? Is it enabling you to overcome the roadblocks so that you can feel good about yourself and progress your life in the right direction? Or is it enabling you to succumb to mediocrity, where you don't hit your goals, you feel weak, and you feel powerless? And more importantly, how are you going to feel in 2 years from now if your business and life are exactly where they currently are? Because you aren't being a responsible person. Don't let that be your story. Make the decision in this exact moment to be a responsible person. Especially when it comes to this program. If a roadblock or a hiccup arises, find a solution instead of making an excuse. Because that will birth power, confidence, and self-love in yourself. I just want to say something, because the reality is this entire program can be boiled down to one habit that you want to form. It's a very powerful one, and we call it an underlying habit. Now, this habit is sticking to your word. I mean, think about it. What would your body look like right now if you kept your word to work out from last year? How much further along in your business or career would you be if you kept your word to be productive every single day? And how much better would you feel if you kept your word to go to bed early every single night? If you're in the habit of keeping your word to yourself, you'll effortlessly be able to attain any change you want in your life. Think about it this way. You likely brush your teeth every single night, regardless of how tired, lazy, or unmotivated you feel. Well, why is it that easy to brush your teeth, yet so difficult for you to do the things you know you need to do? Well, it's because you're in the habit of brushing your teeth to the point where there's no internal battle. You simply do it without thinking. And that's the power of habits. Well, imagine if you were in the habit of keeping your word to yourself to the point where when you tell yourself you'll do something, you simply do it, just as easy as it is for you to brush your teeth. Well, the simple truth is this can be your reality if you form the habit of sticking to your word. Essentially, you become like this Terminator in your life that executes with ease. And this is why I say it's an underlying habit or a foundational habit. Because if you have this habit, you can effortlessly form any habit you want. And if you don't have this habit, well, you can't change anything in your life. If you tell yourself or someone that you're gonna do something, simply do it. Because if you do this for 15 days, you're gonna get to a point where the internal battles are very minimal. After 30 days, you don't have an internal battle, and you easily stick to your word when you tell yourself you're gonna do something. And after 60 days, it is effortless. You will be 1,000% more productive than you have ever been. You'll be able to form any new habit that you want. And I guarantee that your business and life will flourish, and you will feel more confident, worthy, and proud of yourself than you have ever been. And the reality is, you can't even possibly fathom what I'm talking about because you haven't experienced this power for yourself. But hear my words when I tell you this is literally everything you want and need in your life. So be a conqueror and do what you say you'll do starting now. And regardless of how you feel, you simply execute, okay? Now, in order for you to successfully do this, there's a few hacks I want to mention. First of all, only tell yourself you're going to do something if you're actually going to do it. That's the most important thing, is being aware and making sure you only tell yourself the right promises. Now, the second step is to heavily envision what life will look like before you declare you'll do something. So for example, if you tell yourself you're gonna work out every single day for the next 7 days, okay, well, run through tomorrow in your head. What is that day going to look like, and when are you going to work out? Because let's say you're busy from 5 a.m. to 9 or 10 p.m. Are you really gonna work out? Is that something you wanna tell yourself you'll do? Probably not. Now, the third step is when you envision yourself working out, you want to feel the emotion of how proud you are. Because if you vividly envision your future experiences and feel the positive emotions, well, science actually shows us, or the data I should say, that turning your vision into your reality grows by 200 to 1000%, depending on how deeply you feel the positive emotions attached. Now, the fourth step is you want to see if at any point in your week there's a roadblock. Again, this kind of ties into like the second point we talked about. Let's say that you tell yourself you're going to eat healthy for the next 7 days, but on the weekend coming up, you're going to Vegas. Do you think you're really going to eat healthy when you're in Vegas partying? Probably not. So what you want to do to avoid breaking your word to yourself is declare to yourself that you're going to eat healthy for the 5 days leading up to Vegas. Simply put, you have to be responsible and brainstorm how to successfully uphold your new commitments or these new promises that you made to yourself. Then make sure that your commitments, they're non-negotiable. After you run through this and you're like, okay, for the next 5 days, I'm gonna eat healthy, there's no roadblocks, then it has to be non-negotiable in your mind. Almost like you're gonna die if you don't do it, okay? Because nothing is practical until it's non-negotiable. That's another way of saying, or until you're 100% committed, okay? The second underlying habit that you want to start forming is conquering your monkey brain. Now, you might be wondering, Adam, what does this even mean? So let's say that you're about to go watch TV, and then a thought pops up in your mind, oh shoot, I need to put the wash in the dryer. Well, most people will tell themselves, I'll get it at commercial, or I'll get it after I watch TV, I'm comfortable. Well, then what's happening is you're actually forming the habit of letting your emotions dictate your actions. Now, in the future, when a thought pops up in your head of something that you should do, something that would improve your life, a good habit that you want to form, well, you're not going to go do it. You're less likely to go do it because that's the habit you've been training yourself. A thought pops up in my mind, I should go do something? Nah, I'm ignoring it. Is that really the habit you want? Is that going to lead you to getting the changes you want in your life? Obviously not. So what you want to do is when these thoughts pop up in your head that you should do something, you should instantly go do it without thinking about it. And that's the crucial part here. And if you commit to forming this underlying habit for just 30 days, you'll reach a point where you simply do the things you know you need to do, or you do the things you know you should be doing, or you tell yourself you'll do. And the reason why this habit usually only takes about 30 days to form rather than the 60 days of most habits is because how habits work is all through repetition. And you'll likely be performing this action or forming this habit more frequently than your other habits. So if you're performing more reps on it, it's gonna form quicker. Simply put, what I'm really trying to say is these small decisions in each day, you need to conquer. Because every day that you conquer them, it's gonna get easier and easier until it becomes second nature and effortless.